Large flying creatures like pterosaurs were able to fly to escape the rising floodwaters, delaying their demise until the later stages of the flood. The fossil record shows there are very many different layers all over the world. There's no doubt that widespread volcanism was also involved in finishing off the dinosaurs, as many of these mass graves are literally packed with volcanic ash, ash that in many cases was mixed with water when it replaced the dinosaurs in their tombs. One section of the Morrison Formation, called the Brushy Basin Member, spreads across 5 states and includes over 4,000 cubic miles of volcanic materials. Without a single volcano in the Morrison Formation, geologists believe this material had to be carried all the way from volcanoes on the west coast, volcanoes created by the magma rising from the subducting ocean crust, plunging under the land. Today, these subduction zones form the ring of fire, responsible for over 90% of our earthquakes. The Bible records that on the 150th day of the flood, God made a wind and passed over the earth. The water started to recede. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. Now enters the final megasequence, the Tejas. Here, after the water leaped over the top of the highest remnant of the pre-flood world, it began to rush off the continents, eroding and reworking some of the deposits laid down in the previous megasequences, especially carving away at the Zuni deposits. This final sequence appears to have been different than the others because there was a reversal in flow direction as the waters began to sheet off the continents. This flow reversal transported much of the fossils deposited earlier off the highest uplands, spreading them towards the edges of the continent. The evidence points to the Tejas draining the floodwaters southward off of the U.S. towards the Gulf of Mexico, with a sheet wash pattern all at once. This is why we find massive sand deposits in the deep water of the Gulf of Mexico. Billions of barrels of oil have been discovered there, with much of it found within a massive 1,100-foot thick bed of pure sand in over 7,000 feet of water, over 200 miles offshore. In addition,
it's amazing how when you think about this as being the flood, why we have the amounts of coal and oil we have in the world, and where it is. Where it is, that's an important part.
Plants swept off the pre-flood lands formed massive coal beds, such as in the Powder River Basin of Wyoming and Montana. These Tejas layers contain the largest coal deposits in North America that currently supplies over 40% of the coal in the U.S. Some of these stacked coal beds are up to 200 feet thick and cover areas that are 60 miles long by 60 miles wide.
It's amazing.
The plant material required to form such a massive layer of coal testifies to catastrophic circumstances. The massive runoff that began with the Tejas may also explain been deposited, plus all of the older coal deposits had already been formed before any of the present-day ocean crust had formed. Since in creationist understanding, the presence of fossils is a completely trustworthy indicator of the action of the flood, this means that much of the flood cataclysm had already unfolded and had generated fossil-bearing sediments on the continental surface before any of the present-day ocean floor had appeared. It further implies that all of today's ocean floor formed since the onset of the flood during roughly the latter half of the cataclysm. It also means that all of the pre-flood ocean floor, plus the ocean floor formed during the earlier portion of the flood, must have been recycled into the Earth's interior during the cataclysm. These considerations indicate in a compelling way that rapid plate tectonics must have been a major aspect of the year-long flood catastrophe. This 6 mega-sequence worldwide flooding process perfectly set the stage for the subsequent ice age. The oceans had been tremendously heated by the rifting that had taken place across a 45,000-mile ridge system, and the creation of a completely new seafloor of hot lava as a consequence. This caused an abnormal amount of evaporation, and thus continuous rain that was likely worldwide. The volcanic activity created by the subduction zones that created the ring of fire would have spewed volumes of ash and aerosols high into the atmosphere, resulting in cooling, especially in the higher latitudes. These factors combined to produce an ice age that lasted a few hundred years, but ended as the conditions that caused it waned. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month. Just as Noah and his family entered through the single door of the ark to be saved from the flood, there's only one way of salvation today. Jesus Christ in the book of John says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
So we'll just stop right there, but that gives you...
That was fabulous.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, great.
I thought it was a very succinct and but very informative way, in a scientific manner, of how you could believe in the flood and not look like a crackpot. You know what I mean? Yes. So I think that there is. Now I think that, do I believe everything that they said? Well, probably not. But I think that it's more likely this is what happened than not, because I believe by my faith that the flood happened. How and what and why, I don't know specifically, but I think this is a good pointer to what it could possibly have been like. And it explains a lot of things worldwide that otherwise don't make sense. Like, why is there so much coal in the world? Why do you have these fossil graveyards of dinosaurs? How come you find fossils on the top of mountains of clams and sea creatures? Where do they come from? Well, everyone will tell, well, once upon a time these mountains were underwater. Well, these mountains are in the middle of North America. You mean North America was underwater? And when you keep asking questions like that, you find that the whole world was underwater at one point. And it's like, well, wait a minute. That kind of reminds me of something I read about in Sunday school.
There's Sharptooth Mountain right in the park.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of this. I could bring in fossils that I brought into my 7th grade science class, and they're all labeled, and they're all from places like Texas, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and it's like, but these are fossils of creatures that lived at the bottom of the ocean. What are they doing in the middle of the plains of North America? See? So it's like, well, it was once underwater. Well, you mean the whole North America was underwater? Well, what does that mean? Sounds more like the flood. Yes?
So geology is not really one of my interests.
Yeah.
It just seems like people always throw out dates like this is billions of years old.
Right.
So how does, I didn't catch anything in the video about them all dating around the same time.
Right.
How are scientists, do they have, I mean, is that really universally accepted the way they date things, or is that very fluid?
Yes and no. A lot of scientists are influenced by what they've been taught, that the Earth is layered in such a way of billions of years, and so they take it like that. I think that we have, it's very likely that the Earth is billions of years old. I will say that. I think that our science can show that. But I don't think that that necessarily means that the dinosaurs were millions of years old. I don't necessarily think that that means that. The fact that we have these fossil graveyards of modern animals mixed in with dinosaur animals may indicate that there may be more to the story than meets the eye. But I think that the Earth is a lot older than 10,000 years old. I think that I feel fairly confident with that. I don't think our science is completely that deceptive. On the other hand, I think that there is more to heaven and earth ratio that's been dreamt of in our philosophy. And I think that the evidence of things like this points to the possibilities of being more like, what this does more than anything else is I think it tells us if the Ice Age came slowly or around the same time of Noah's flood, then we're looking at when Noah existed was probably around 15,000, 20,000 years ago, that this all happened around that time. I think that that's somewhere around there, okay? And that how long was the flood world before that? I don't know. Millions, billions of years old, it's possible. I think that's very likely. Am I going to live or die on it? Maybe not. I'm going to be more likely to trust that our 12 chapters of Genesis are telling us real events in a poetic manner. I'm going to be more inclined to say that. And that things like this tend to support that idea more than our current narrative. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? So I think that that's what we need to do. That's how I approach it. I'm looking at the time. This was like the main thing I've been trying to get at for like the past few weeks. The other parts have to do with, has Noah's Ark been discovered? These are a little bit shorter, so I think I can squeeze them in. So if you bear with me, I want to show you this. I don't know. By the way, these are, what you're seeing are pieces of wood, partially petrified, hand-hewn wood that have been discovered on Mount Ararat. And what you need to know about Mount Ararat in Turkey is that there's no trees that grow on it. It's a volcanic mountain. There are no trees on there. This type of wood is not even native to Turkey that has been discovered. I'm just kind of jumped ahead. So the question is, well, where did it come from? Partially petrified, hand-hewn, non-native wood on a mountain that is supposed to be the home of Noah's Ark. Hold on. Let me get to this.